What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 12 out of 48 in building a full-time income starting from zero of $1,000 a week selling physical products online. My name is Chris, Daily Refinement. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a super special episode because people have been asking me how I automate listing or removing items from different platforms. I sell on three main platforms, eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And it's sometimes very tedious trying to end the items on multiple platforms. In fact, trying to list on all three platforms is around 70 steps. So I use macros in order to speed that up, and I'm going to give you a general overview of what that's like in this episode. But Skillshare has been very kind to offer everyone 2 months of free subscription and my macro course for free if you click the link in the description below. And that's really going to help me make the next set of courses because they're going to try to help me make all my courses free to the public, which is an awesome way to go because I think knowledge is pretty much free. It's all about the execution part. So we're going to get straight into the episode, but if you guys don't mind helping me out, try Skillshare in the link below. And if I can get 25 likes and comments, I'm also going to make the PC version of this because right now it only works on Mac because I'm a Mac user. It won't take me too long to figure out how to do it on a PC, but do need to see some interest in that for me to make it. And I'll see you guys in the pods. Let's get straight into it. First, we need to talk about the mechanics of a macro. What is a macro? A macro is a set of instructions that your computer will do when you launch a trigger. So in this example, we are going to use the trigger Command-Shift-1. If you guys are using a Mac, this will make sense. If you're using a PC, you're going to have to either download Mac software onto your PC, or I'm going to have to get enough people to sign up for my Skillshare course so that I can make the PC version of this. But the instructions are exactly the same. You just need to find a different macro control panel to do it. So first thing we're going to do is make item specifics for our item and store those item specifics in different clipboards. So item specifics are brand, how the dimensions of your item, the condition, what the MSRP is, what you're asking for it. All these different specifics are saved into their own clipboard, and the macro is going to open up the different websites and paste those item specifics inside of those different websites, and that's what's going to save you time. When you guys get an idea, this is going to open your eyes to just how complicated it is to list. Many of you have been doing this for a long time, and a lot of it is second nature, but we're talking around 70 steps in order to list this on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari is about 70 different tasks. So doing that without a little bit of automation and help is very tiring. That's why software is so powerful when it comes to this. So we're going to go ahead and launch the first one, which is copying the item specifics. Now you can see here what it did was it entered in the date, and the reason why I do that is so my listers, when they list, I know what date they listed the item, and that way we can get an idea of how long have we had the item versus how long was it listed, and we can try to eliminate that gap. So the first part is actually just copying the item specifics, and that's the first part of this because your computer needs to remember on the clipboard what it comes first. Now the second part, once you have that, is you actually need to get the photos to match whatever the listing you're doing. In this case, the custom SKU Z0118114, that is the custom SKU or the social security number of this specific item. So we are going to launch, we are going to get the photos on our iPhone. I use an iPhone 6 Plus for this process, and what I'm going to do is actually airdrop these photos onto my MacBook right now. I selected the 8 photos I just took of this item, and I'm going to press the square with the arrow on the bottom left, and I'm going to pick my MacBook Pro as the destination to send it. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. You should see it pop up on the screen. There it is. Now I'm going to start another macro to download this into a folder, and I call this macro rename photos. So ideally it will download these items into my download folder, and it will open up a folder and rename them the item SKU. So let's see if this actually works. So there we go, it just popped up the folder downloads. It's now right clicking, creating a folder with the new items and renaming it. So there we go. That's part number 2. You can see it took the photos from my phone wirelessly, transferred them to my computer, and then renamed the folder the same number as the item SKU. So you can see now the macro will know where to find the photos. Now we're going to list on eBay, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So I have broken down these macros into each individual step, but when you run these all together, they're sort of sequential. So for me, I do eBay first, then Poshmark, then Mercari, doesn't matter what order, and you can string them all together. So I have it actually go to eBay. It's going to add in the custom SKU. It's going to let it know that it's pre-owned, that the UPC does not apply. It's going to add all the photos. It's going to add in the price. It's going to not allow best offers because I currently don't accept best offer. I'm just pricing my items competitively. It's also going to enter in the weight if I want to do that. It can enter in almost every single thing. So you can see here, in order to complete this listing, this is a vintage Patagonia bag. I'm just going to go down here and browse categories. And this is a men's accessory bag. It's unisex actually. And then we're going to scroll down the condition, reset, so it's pre-owned. I'm going to go ahead and add in excellent condition. Ooh, it looks like I selected an extra photo of a pair of dry fit pants. So it's always good to double check because, you know, there's a lot of human error, and this error in this case was me selecting too many photographs. So you can see here, I include the tag in my photo so that I can identify it later in case I lose it. I used to put the tag on the item, but then people would ask, is it damaging the item? So this sticker actually goes on top of plastic, which goes on top of the item. I store all of my items in plastic because it's just easier for picking. Whenever I take a picture of an item like this, I always try to show a size reference. So I put the basketball in the picture there. So we're going to go ahead and accept these item specifics. Color, this is purple. This is a canvas bag. You want to fill out as many item specifics as you can. And then I'm going to list this at $279, and I will do best offer because this is an expensive item. And I will now, I don't need to enter any of this information. I don't do promoted listings. Let's go ahead and list the item. And so the process of it actually filling out the item specifics, in case you guys are wondering, is right around 30 seconds. So you can do it much faster if you like. By making the delay a little bit shorter. It really depends on your internet speed. We will now launch Poshmark. Poshmark is much faster. It usually takes about 30 seconds to load, and that's because there are a lot less item specifics. I have my Poshmark lister start from the bottom and work its way up, and the reason why I do that is because the item specifics that I need to complete are always at the top. So here we just need to select the right cover photo. And you can see here it's populated the title. I may add a few more keywords, 60 liters purple, and select the category. I usually select women's accessories if it's unisex because the site is geared more towards women. I'm going to pick, this is a travel bag. Let's see. Women's bags, travel bags. Okay, and then I select multi because I may have another one in the future, or find one similar, and then purple and black, and that's it. So Poshmark is definitely under 30 seconds. It's very fast. Let's get into Mercari. And now we'll try a Mercari listing. Mercari is the fastest of the three websites. It has the least item specifics to fill out. So let's see if it works. Great. So one situation with Mercari is that the order of the photos matters. So I actually have my the order that this is uploaded incorrect. So this is why it's important to go through and still double check when you are listing your items, because depending on what settings you have, your photos will upload in a different order. So you need to make sure that it's all uploaded in the correct order. And sometimes it will still skip items. So you can see here, the macro skipped the title. And this can happen, especially when websites are delayed, or sometimes they're changing their, sometimes they are changing their internal programming. So these can't be completely automated unless you actually have an API with the software. So right now, Poshmark and Mercari do not have APIs built in. So this is pretty close to automation. This is actually as close as you can get to automation as far as having to just double check the items before you launch them. So it's pretty straightforward here. I have it enter in a price already and free shipping because I use Pirate Ship. We're going to select a, let's see, it is none of these categories. We're going to select men and accessories and bags. It's going to predict Patagonia. And again, Mercari definitely takes less than 1 minute to list. And we're going to ship on our own and go ahead and launch this. Let's see if it works. Okay, great. Now we're going to try launching all of them at the same time, and I can show you guys just how incredible this is. Here's the moment of truth. Can my computer and a macro list on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari at the same time? Let's find out. I have my iPhone 6s Plus. It's going to transfer the photos to my computer via AirDrop. So I'm going to select my MacBook Pro as an AirDrop destination. It just popped up on my screen. I am going to now launch the macro, and I'm going to narrate it as it's happening so you guys can get an idea of what it's actually doing. So let's hope this works. We're going to go ahead and click it. It's going to download the photos from my phone onto my computer. This takes anywhere between 5 and 30 seconds depending on how fast your computers are. After the photos are done downloading, it's going to select all the pictures inside the downloads folder. Right click and create a new folder for these items and rename it the custom SKU that I've given the item. So I give all of my items a unique number. So it's going to download that. Now it's going to launch eBay, and it has already copied all the item specifics that I have entered earlier when I was describing the item. So now it's entering in the custom SKU. It's going to enter in the condition. It's going to add the photographs into the listing. It's going to add the description. It's also going to add the price. And if you have best offer, or if you want to include sales tax or different shipping policies, it can do that as well. I personally always use the same shipping policy, and I always have free shipping, free returns. Just to make it simpler, I'm more focused on speed. And here now it is launching it on Poshmark. And I'm going to go through and complete these listings in just a second and show you what it is doing. And now we are on Mercari, and it's going to also add all the photographs into Mercari. And so this whole process, I've actually slowed it down for this video so that you guys can see it a little bit better. It takes between 30 seconds and 1.5 minutes, depending again on your equipment. The nicer the computer you have and the more RAM, the faster it will process. So you can see here there are some tweaks that we need to make to the macro, and that's why I created the macro course, because you need to be able to adjust it yourself, because each website is going to have a little bit of a different experience, and also your computer and your settings may be different. So you're going to need to know how to adjust your computer so that you can adjust these listings and get them up in time. So the benefit of this is it's sort of an unfair advantage, because you can list on 3 websites faster than it takes most people to list on 1 website. So here we have some adjustments to make. You can see the title is a little bit too long, so we're going to shorten up the title a little bit. Vintage duffel, and again, you can adjust it to any specifics that you like. You can have it add the condition. You can have it add the add in specific hashtags. You can have it add in the zip code for Mercari. You can have it add specific shipping options. And for Poshmark, I have set it so that I get to select my cover photo. You can go in here, and then all I need to do is add which category it's in, what size is it, and it's already pre-populated the brand. I'm just selecting purple and black, and this listing is ready to go. Poshmark and Mercari, both those websites are about 30 seconds. And then we're here on eBay. eBay is pretty good. The one thing is it may not guess the category correctly. So here we have to go to men's accessories, pick bags, and then come down here, and we are going to accept some item specifics. We are going to add color purple to the listing, and you can put the dimensions of the bag if you like. That's going to help customers buy it. And then also I don't use best offer. Normally I might on this bag because it's particularly expensive, and that's it. So this is going to help you guys list multiple websites in just a few minutes versus a few minutes just to list on one website. In my course that I have that's free inside of Skillshare, you guys can click the link below, get 2 months free of Skillshare, and check out all the different resources that I put together to help you use macros. I can try and build these on a PC, but it will take a little bit more time, and I have to get a PC and then reverse engineer all these processes for you guys. One more service that I want to offer you guys. If you want me to customize your specific business, let me know. It's roughly $250 an hour for me to program this for you from scratch. It won't take me longer than 1 or 2 hours usually to program this to your exact needs. Because it's pretty straightforward. As long as you're doing something similar to me, I can customize it to your specific spreadsheet. You have to have a spreadsheet with your item specifics in it already. You can download mine and customize it. There are 2 sheets in there. There's a sheet that is based on trying to build a $1,000 a week income, and that's just to replace your job or sort of reselling as an occupation. I also have an enterprise store that's more in depth. I'm trying to build that store to $1 million in revenue and $300,000 profit. And that store will have employees and different access levels and just a different project for me to take on. And so that one, both of those spreadsheets are in the Reseller Field Guide. You guys can get a copy of it for $32.50. It's very affordable. Full price is $65. The code to get that is YouTube. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to join my journey. And you'll see as I'm building up my small store and my medium-sized store, both of those stores, I will be using these macros to speed up my time and to gain more traffic by listing on more platforms. So is reselling a get-rich-quick thing? Not really. It's more like a profession. It's a professional level skill, and I'm giving you guys some resources to really put yourself ahead of the competition. There's going to be more and more and more websites. You can program this to do OfferUp. You can use Facebook. You can even use it to list on Amazon. Although I don't necessarily recommend that, because if you're selling brand new items with permission from the brand or true wholesale on Amazon, then there's already existing softwares that will let you list brand new items on these platforms. We're just kind of in a funky situation here, since we're listing one-off items on multiple websites. One-off items is often the most fun because it's kind of a treasure hunt situation. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I will do a few custom builds for you if you need a specific situation for your business. Again, it's about $250 an hour. It's very time consuming, not something that I normally want to do, but if you want me to custom build your store to do this automatically, I can. So appreciate you guys' time, and I'll see you on the next episode.